Hello and welcome to Let's Talk, a Mazars podcast about doing business in the time of COVID-19. In this series, we will hear from Mazars experts who've been helping clients navigate the business impact of coronavirus. They will tell us how their clients have been affected and what they've learned during the crisis, as well as how they have responded and what happens next. So, let's talk. Today's guest tells us about rethinking a business from the ground up, why processes are fundamental for all things digital, and to remember the person behind the computer screen.
Hallo und guten Tag. My name is Carsten Schlaewe, and I'm a tax advisor and partner at Mazars. I'm an accounting guy, and so working with CFOs and heads of accounting over the last few months has been all about cash. The priority, indeed, has been to save cash for our clients. Secondly, working with fiscal bodies to delay the return of VAT, CIT and wage tax, and after that, taking care that losses produced during these days, months, possibly years, can be carried forward or backwards depending on the business. The other main concern has been the dependency on the global supply chain. Price pressures typically meant businesses outsourced to Asia a couple of decades ago. But now, given the impact of COVID, some businesses are wanting to bring their operations back closer.
How have your clients been affected in recent months?
Clients have seen how they don't have enough control over the supply chain and are getting caught in issues. I spoke recently to someone running a family business that started in 1898, making specialized machinery pieces. Because of trade disputes between the US and China, then Brexit, then last year tensions in the automotive industry, and now COVID, they are experiencing their most difficult times since World War II. As a family business, luckily, they have strong equity and are able to invest to keep the business going into the fifth generation. They will survive this. However, businesses that were in poor shape before the crisis might not make it.
What have you learned from the crisis?
What we've seen in accountancy is clients up their digitization game. The first step for those looking to do so is to standardize their processes, as automatization is impossible without standards. We deal with this in our own team. We know that as accountants, we won't last the next 10 years if we only produce figures. We have to find ways to make those figures useful to standards, processes, and help optimize businesses. A real advisor asks tough questions and helps to find solutions. Together with our clients, we are leveraging the impact of COVID to create for them a more digital and more efficient world.
What's your advice to someone listening?
Try to find the positive in the situation. Analyze your processes. Revise and optimize them. Businesses that were in a good shape pre-COVID will get stronger. Just because we worked in a certain way before the crisis does not mean we have to go back to it once the virus is taken care of. The pressure is high in a lot of businesses to not mandate a return to 5 days a week, and it's understandable. Leaders should not stop there and should think about how else to change the business for the long term. Rethink your business, rethink your office space, rethink your travel policies, your digital capabilities. Personally, I've seen resilience and courage across the board, courage to survive and think about the long term. Leaders focusing more on gross margins than simply turnover, for instance. And I hope long-term planning that puts people at a business heart will emerge from this stronger than ever. Value-driven businesses will be more in shape after this than just profit-orientated ones. Think about your recruitment strategy. If your people can see the purpose in what they are doing rather than just producing figures for the sake of it, you won't just be able to keep them for longer, but you'll be able to find real talent in your organization and on the market. You need to have a workplace where people are trusted, enjoy themselves, do something bigger than just the daily tasks.
What have you learned about yourself during the crisis?
What I've learned over the crisis is that in those cases where we only were seen as a good accounting friend to our clients, we've come out of this being a truly trusted advisor. The crisis has been a catalyst for change, not just in the services we provide our clients, but how we relate to them. I was in a Zoom call in June, and a CFO warned me that her kids might interrupt at any time. I invited my own kids in front of the screen to say hi. We are all in the same boat. COVID has reminded us that there are people behind the contact, the email, the work, and behind the screens. It's pushed businesses to resolve difficult questions and find ways to improve how they operate. For Mazars, it helped us renew and improve our relationships with our clients. And for businesses everywhere, it's been a wake-up call to consider doing things differently and to prepare for the future by acting right now.
Thanks for listening to Let's Talk, a podcast from Mazars about doing business in the time of COVID-19. If you have enjoyed this, you can find more by searching Mazars Let's Talk.